I hope this is all right. We've had a storm, the second one this afternoon. So I hope it's going to be okay. There was still lightning and thunder about 5 minutes ago, but seems to have settled again. We've had quite a lot of bad weather the last 2 days, whereas on Friday it was absolutely glorious. Now, do I mess about with that and straighten it? Oh, I don't know. It's only minimal amount of crookedness. Well, I hope this is going to work all right. Got my new keyboard stand. I didn't order the one that was suggested to me. Can't remember who said it now. Brian, I think it was. Might be in Bernard. It was suggested I get a quick lock, which I do know the brand because I've got one knocking around, which is a single bar one. In fact, I've got two, to be honest. But I've got the double brace one, the double X, and it's made by a firm called Stag. Yeah, that's the name of it. Took me a while to put it together, but we got it in the end. So hopefully won't wobble quite so much. I moved it just a little while ago, yet again, the whole lot, the keyboard and everything. So it might not have bedded into the carpet for a while, but we'll see. I'm going to take that tempo down. Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine. George and Ira Gershwin melody from a long time ago. Oh, whilst I'm thinking of it, thank you very much, Bernard. I got your email. Hope you can hear me as I walk away slightly. Yeah, got your email. I've downloaded the piece of music. Oh, and for everyone else's sake, here we have it. In a lovely shade of green and white and black. I Was Kaiser Bill's Batman, composed by Roger Greenaway and Roger Cook, and recorded by Whistling Jack Smith. Now, I mentioned it last week. It is in one of the Kenneth Baker books, and I have got a copy of it. This one is going to be quite interesting. Starts off in the key of E flat, and then changes to 4 sharps in the key of E, I think. Oh, yes. Then it slips into the key of F. I've got another page here. Hold on. I've got the... Yeah. No, it's all right. I've got to turn the page over, I think. Anyway, yes, it's going to be quite interesting to have a try at this. It goes into F. Then we've got to repeat. So yeah, that's going to take me a while to sort out if I want to do it. I may have to chicken out of doing it publicly, but because of my aversion to sharps. But who knows? Thank you very much, Bernard. I shall have a look at that during the coming week. Just pop it back over here. Well, I played that first tune out of the top of my head, as usual. I have got some music in front of me. There's the Kenneth Baker book, which I shall be going through one of the tunes in there, the next one in this sort of run up to this course. What have we got now? We've got, we'll see if we take that freeze off for a minute and see if I've got my tempo back. Yeah, 112. Okay. Well, here's one I've not played in years. In the key of C, Foxtrot, 32 bars with a pickup, which means it could be used for sequence dancers. I wish it wouldn't do that. That's because I've got the harmony arpeggio on. And it doesn't always fit. called Smile, if I remember rightly, written by Charlie Chaplin, or Charles Chaplin if you like. Very well known, sung by Nat King Cole. I played a couple of wrong notes, fully aware of that. I don't know what made me do it, I don't normally in that tune. It can be nerve-wracking, you know, doing this live in front of what could be a lot of people. There's over 1,000 subscribers at the moment, 1,056 I think it was earlier today, and that's very much appreciated. I do like you coming onto YouTube and doing these subscribes. Makes me feel like carrying on. There are some days, now that I'm old as I am, for those who are new to the channel, I'm 90. I want to be more precise. I'm now 90 and a half. And some days you don't always feel great. But there we are. I had a fantastic day on Friday. Taken out by a step family to a lovely restaurant in our town here on the south coast. I might as well tell you it's Worthing. They used to say it's where the elderly come. They used to call it God's waiting room, Worthing, but it's not like that at all these days. There's a very young population in the town these days, and we've got some big companies in the town, and quite famous ones too. Right, so what are we going to do now? Oh yes, the book, the Complete Organ Player Book 1 we're going through. And if you think, why am I doing an organ book when I'm playing the keyboard? Because the organ chords are so much better than the keyboard book. You'll only learn 19 chords in the keyboard series of books, whereas in this one it's a great deal more. And incidentally, it's good if you can do the inversions that are shown in this particular series of books. For example, if you're going to play a C chord, try and make it as a C6. So you'll be not playing C, E, G and A. You'll be playing G, A, C and E. And you get a much better sound like that. Or if you want to have some alternative sound in there, what can I do? Just quickly find something, maybe. Just trying to find something that's got a different kind of, try that one, might work. Right, okay. Now, alright, we'll just do that. It's pretty simple backing sound, and I've still got my piano sound in the backing. Now, ordinary 3-note chord is a triad: G, C and E. Add the 6, which is the A. It's the 6th note in the scale of C, C, D, E, F, G, A. And you've got yourself an F6, and it comes out much better if you have. And the tune we're going to have today is Skip to My Lou, and it brings into this particular piece of music a new melody note of G, which is going to be right up here. There we go. So it's an octave plus D, E, F, G. So you're now getting quite a nice range of tunes that you can play with the melody line. And we've now got quavers, which are sometimes called eighth notes. Most people in the UK would call them quavers, but I am aware that in the United States they do like to call them eighth notes. So they would go, instead of being like crotchet, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, they're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so we've got a tune that's going to go like this, hopefully. Now, I'm fully aware that at the moment, because I'm playing very easy tunes, that the F6 doesn't come out as well as it should. So, in this case, I am playing a triad, and I'll do it again. So, the reason for that is to do with the settings you've got on your keyboard. I'm using what is called AI fingering, and AI fingering works rather well if you're going to start playing complicated tunes where the chord sequences are running in certain directions and it picks up on that. But when you're playing very basic tunes, it doesn't do it so much. We're only playing 3 chords at the moment in this tune. So there we are. It's a little easy enough tune for you to have a go at. And next week it comes to a tune called Super Trooper. So you have your ABBA tune to have a go at. Let's just see if I can find something on here that I'm going to have a go at, if I can remember. I wish I wouldn't keep changing. Right, okay. I've got, see if yeah, can I find that? See what this is like. This one is called Blue Blues, and is in Rhythm and Blues and Oldies section. And I've got something here in the key of E flat. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, occasionally that harmony, if I play an octave too low, that's muddy, and I had to turn it off because it caught me out again. If you play an octave higher on the tune, it's not affected, but if you still carry on playing down here, as written on the page, it becomes muddy sounding, and that's what happened. If I put it on, just give you an idea what I mean. Right, hold on. What was the sound that did it? Yeah. Just hear that, you see. And it's all right if you go up octave higher. Not exactly my kind of organ sound anyway, but that's what happens. I have to keep my eye on that button. Something else for me to learn during the coming weeks is to keep an eye on that button, because if it's on and I carry on playing in the same key and in the same octave as on the page, it can go, which is horrible. Yeah. Oh, I won't do that anymore. Yeah, so what else can we do for you? We'll finish up with something a little livelier, maybe. If I do the tempo reset, I'll do the metronome. Sounds about right for me. Yeah, 193, how about that? And I normally play 192. Now, there's a reason for 192. I'll tell you why. If you're playing for professional ballroom dancers, they like it over 200. Sometimes as fast as 220, I have known in the past. But if you're playing for the general public, and there's a lot of elderly people want to dance quick steps, if you do it professional dance speed, they will come up to you and moan about you giving them heart attacks. And I used to get that occasionally. I used to do it at the right tempo for professional dancers, and somebody would come up to me and say, "You trying to kill us?" So I always stuck to 192, and most people are quite happy with that. I'm going to play. No idea. well, in case you're wondering whether I've gone mad, that was called Intermission Riff, my version. You want to get yourself a recording done by Stan Kenton and his orchestra, and you'll see what it was that I was trying to do. It has very little tune as such, but it's an interesting chord structure in some ways. It's that really most of the way through, a bit like Caravan, which is like this. I thought I'd use the fade out. Yeah, that was Caravan, and that first bit is quite simple to play. It does go into other little chords here and there, but there you are. So, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit used to this keyboard. I have done something silly on it during the week. I have deleted my playlists. So now I've got to figure out how to download playlists again from the website and put them back in. I completely accidentally pressed the wrong button on the screen, deleted all my playlists. I'm trying to figure out how to put it back on again. I think I know how to do it now, but I'm only hoping that I don't have to do a complete factory reset. But so far, it looks like I can download the playlist from the website all on its own, as far as I know. Something to do during the coming week. Yeah, I'm still messing up occasionally on the keyboard, but there's a lot to learn on here, and occasionally I do something stupid. This one, I've got my Taurus over here. I'm pointing over that away to where my Taurus is sitting alongside, my Taurus one. That setup is completely different to this one. The way it does things, completely different. So it's certainly a new learning curve for me. Anyway, thanks all for putting up with me. I shall continue my adventures into the SX920, and there we go. I will try and do your requests if you send me any. I'll see you hopefully next Sunday, and I shall probably get up to something else during the week. I've got my amateur radio up and working, except for on shortwave HF. I've got it working on 2 meters and 4 meters. Nothing to do with CB. Some people look at it and they say, oh, it's CB. Well, it isn't. I had to pass an exam to get my license years and years ago. Haven't done anything about amateur radio in years and years. Just got to get my feet out of here. So I've got my late cousin's radio here, bought it for a lovely price from my cousin's wife. I'm very pleased with what I paid, and it's an absolute bargain. I've just got to get used to that. That's got a touch screen and everything, so that's another thing I'm learning all about. So here we are, Facebook and YouTube. Love to see you all on both. I do like to see you on YouTube best because I am monetized, although last week I wasn't because I played something out that had a copyright strike on it. I finished up with what did I finish up with? Or whatever it was, it caused a copyright strike and I was demonetized. I've got to share it with, I think it's Sony this time. Sometimes it's Warner Brothers. Anyway, enough of my twaddle. Around the back of my mobile, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Please do the likes, the shares and the subscribes, and hope to see you all next week. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget the hands. Yep, bye.